Today I'm going to share with you a brilliant effect and technique that one of my members, Jessica Duran, showed my group, and I love it. That's what I love about our members group. They share so many great things. I asked permission and she said, yeah, please, I'd love for you to show it on video. So what I've got here first is some of these, I call them steampunk molds, but they make cogs and things. Now, I've usually got quite a lot of these already made because if ever I have any leftover resin, I tend to make them because they come in so useful. And it doesn't take long. All I do is pop my resin around it using a little stick, and you only need to make them very, very thin, and they cure up really nicely. I've got some leftover resin here. I've popped a little bit of mica powder in it, silver mica powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and make myself a load of these. I have already got some in good old crafting style that I've already made previously, and these are the ones that I'm probably going to use as well, and then put these back in my stock when these ones are cured. I will link these molds below for you so you can get hold of them, because they are great molds. So I've chosen which ones I'm going to use, and they're there. And now what I need to do is I've got my little pot of sand here, and I always put a bit of plastic in there as well. It stops the sand sticking so much to your mold. And I'm using the skull mold here by Let's Resin. I love this mold. And what I'm doing is popping it on its side like that. And then that should stay nicely where I want it, because to start with, I only want to fill this bit here with resin. And that's going to be a clear resin. Now, the resin I'm going to be using for this is a Pure Glossy by Tea Expert. I really love this resin, and it does give a very, very glossy finish, and that is what I'm looking for. I'm not going to need much. I'm probably only going to need, at the most, for this first part, about 50 mil. So that's all I'm going to mix up. And I'm using one of the jugs from my little kit. And if you want to get hold of my kit, it comes with this massive mat, loads of other things. Then hopefully it's in stock, because it goes out of stock so quickly. And it should be available, and I'll link it down below. It's a great value kit. I think you're going to love this when it's finished. So I've got my resin mixed up, and I've removed all the bubbles from it. And now all I need to do is pour my resin into here. And then I can position this how I want it to be when I've got the clear bit left on the skull. Yeah, and I'm happy with that. So I've got that in there now like that. What I'm going to do now is pop in my pieces of resin that are my cogs. Try and dislodge as many bubbles as I can as I'm putting them in, because you will introduce bubbles with this. There's no doubt about it. But if we can dislodge those, then that's great. And they'll come to the top, and then we can just burst them with a long neck lighter. Now, I'm not worried if a few bubbles do stay in it, because I think that might add to some of it, how it's going to look. And this one I made using the tin can and a die cutting machine. I'm gently putting these in, and I'm quite happy with the ones that I've got in there now. I'm just going to move them about a little bit, because that'll help release any of the bubbles. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm going to quickly go in there with a long neck lighter, but very quickly, because I don't want any soot or anything to build up on the inside of this mold. Then I'm going to give it probably 5 minutes, let them any more bubbles come up, and then burn them off again. So I'm ready to quickly burn off the next lot, and then what I'm going to do is leave this bit overnight to cure up before I do the next stage. Probably need about 12 to 14 hours to cure up. So this has been curing overnight now, so I'm ready to do the next part. Now, when you do this bit, be very gentle with it, because you've got to make sure that you don't dislodge this from its seal on the side. Because if you do, then you're going to get resin down the front of it, and that's not what you want to do. So be very gentle with it when you're moving it about like this. These have all cured up again. They don't take long to cure, and I'll pop these in my little pot, ready for probably the next one that I make. I may do one where they're all silver inside, all metal, or I'm not sure. But I think I'm going to be making some more of these, because I think they're going to sell really, really well. Now, a lot of people ask me how I know how much resin I need in my moulds. Well, Let's Resin actually put up the measurements on their moulds quite often, which is really useful. But if you don't, then all you need to do, I've got exactly the same mould here, is fill it with water, like that. Now, I'm not going to need this much resin, obviously, because I've taken some up here. Pour that in a jug without trying to spill all of it, and that'll tell you exactly how much you need. So I'm going to need 200 ml for this. It's easy. Make sure you always dry your silicone moulds before you put your resin in it, because water and resin don't mix very well. I've got my resin mixed up, and now what I'm going to do is add my colour. I want a white marble effect for this. So what I'm doing is far too much in there. I'm going to make up some black, just using the black pigment paste. Give that a mix in, and then I'm also going to mix up some white using some white mica powder to give it a bit of a shimmer, but also some white pigment paste as well, and give that all a bit of a mix in. Make sure you've got a few clumps of mica powder as possible by pushing it on the side, and also make sure that you've got your pigment paste fully mixed in as well. I'm not going to need too much black in this, but what I'm going to do is put a little bit of black on the top like that and give that a bit of a mix through. And now pour that, without moving this or breaking that seal, pour that into here. And then we can leave this to cure up overnight as normal, and then I can show you how great it looks when it's finished. So while this one is curing, what I thought I'd do is another one, but slightly different. This time I'm going to use marbles, because I love the way that marbles come out in resin, and people are often telling me, I think you're losing your marbles, so I think this will be quite a good one. So all I've got is my resin in there. I'm just placing in the marbles randomly. Now, I know that with the marbles, because we did an experiment with marbles before, are only going to show the coloured insides and a little bit of kind of rippling, and I think that effect is going to look awesome on this. So as you can see, they're in there like that. And then I will cover it, finish it off like this one, and show you what they both look like when they're cured. So for the one with the marbles in, what I've decided to do is a solid red, and I mixed it up in exactly the same way, red mica powder and a little bit of red pigment, and pouring it in slowly until I get right to the top. And then we'll let that cure up, and I can show you what they both look like. Well, this is all lovely and cured now, and ready to take out of its mould. I can't wait for it. Ah, look at that. That has come out amazing. I love the marble effect as well. It's a really easy way to get a marble effect going on. That has come out superb. And it's such an easy way to make something very, very different and out of the norm, using your skull moulds. And I've already done the marble one, and that came out just as well. I love that too. Look at that. So pleased with the way that one's come out. And the marbles have kind of disappeared, but you can still see them in there. Let me know if you've done something similar or what you think of these. I love them. Thank you to Jessica Duran, my member, who gave me the idea of doing this. Thank you for letting me show it on camera. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button. But most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.